Hello lovelies, welcome to Narc Free Formula. My name's Freedom, thank you for joining me. Today's episode is a really fascinating one. It's about the 3 reasons why the narcissist tries to make us the side chick. Before I start, can I just remind you, if you like my videos, to like them, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Alright lovelies, I've got some notes. So, let me start from the top. So the narcs discarded you, or you've left them, whatever. They have new supply in place, but then in this kind of bizarre twist of events, they decide to either flirt with you or, if you let them, sleep with you and make you the side chick. What is that about? Let me just tell you a little story, all right? For those of you who know a bit about my backstory, you'll know that I am a narc magnet. From my childhood to my adult life, I have had a narc parent and narc relationships. So, picture this. When I was 16, I met my first husband. So, I had been with my first husband for 7 years. So at the age of 23, we've been together for 7 years and we have a child. And just quickly, he's never been diagnosed as a narcissist, because, hey, they never are. At the time, I had no clue about what narcissists were. And it's only because of, the work that I've done in the last few years that I've actually realised that I attracted more than one narc into my life. Anyhow, so 23 years old, married for 7 years with a child, lots of devaluation taking place, and then he finally finds someone he thinks will replace me. He tried a few on, as they always do. None of that really took, but when he found this particular one, she had no children. She couldn't have children. She made trifle. So funny that he even mentioned that to me, like, who the fuck makes trifle? Anyhow, she makes trifle, can't have children, and doesn't have to, she gives him all of her attention. He doesn't have to compete. That's what he said. Compete with the child for her attention. As in compete against his own child, with the mother of that child for her attention. So, what happens is they end up going off together, and lo and behold, every time I go and speak to him, we end up in bed together. At the time, because I was, like I said, totally ignorant, had no idea, just thought I was losing, the love of my life, thought that by sleeping with him that, that I was kind of doing the best thing that I could to keep what we had, I suppose. But the thing is, he managed to keep this up for a long time. I moved away and interstate, and I came back 18 months later. And even when they'd been together for 18 months, he lied to her, told her that I had left. So she knew I was in the state. He told her that I had left the state the day before, and we spent an entire day in a hotel together, while he told her he was off riding his motorbike around because he was so, upset about everything that had gone down. Blah, 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 blah. Some crap, as they do. And yeah, so he's lying to her and making me the mistress, essentially. So why do they do that? Well, there's 3 things, 3 main things that is going on when this kind of thing is occurring. The first one is that is affirmation and validation. So, actually back up. This just goes to show how interchangeable we are to these people. Okay, as long as someone is playing the role, they don't care who, interchangeable. There's no personality. They don't care about us as individuals, as long as we're fulfilling a certain role. So, the number 1 reason, affirmation and validation. So, by having not 1 but 2 women wanting to sleep with him, wanting to be with him, it's affirming to him that, yeah, he's an awesome bloke. He is a top bloke. Like, he is, look, he's got not 1 but 2 women just going gaga and crazy over him, wanting to be with him, competing against another woman. It's such a huge ego boost, and it totally validates everything that he, the false construct is about. It reinforces and affirms to him who he is. The second thing is that, hey, it's perfect triangulation. So if he's not real sure about the new one, by kind of keeping his hooks in the previous supply, it makes the new supply work extra hard. She probably hears about, the previous supply all the time, good and bad ways, enough to be knowing how she's supposed to behave if she wants to keep him, right? And so, the new supply is used to punish and the former supply and hurt the former supply, and they get off on hurting us. They love having the power. They love it, because like I said, they've just created this little tally, this checklist of all the things you ever did wrong, and they take all that stuff personally. They think you did it on purpose, and so as soon as they have the opportunity to pay you back for all of that, believe me, that's exactly what they're going to do, pay you back. So, and this third point I think is quite interesting. So the third point is it avoids intimacy. So by having sex with two people at once, by sneaking around and lying to one woman at least, it fuels them. I mean, there's no doubt this whole situation is just gushing fuel, right? But it also allows them to avoid intimacy because they're not fully committed to one woman. They're not putting all on the line for one woman. They're edging their bets. They've got a two-way bet. They are getting everything that they want from whoever they want at the time. They're managing to play everyone off against each other, and it all reinforces the false construct. I mean, it couldn't get any more perfect. And this is something that a lot of the narcissists will do. They will at the very least, they'll try to emphasize. So they'll send you some kind of, random text, or maybe it's a phone call, where they're kind of being a bit flirty. They're taking your temperature, essentially, seeing how you go, seeing if it's going to be a possibility or an opportunity for them. Listen, darlings, my phone's flashing. I think that maybe I'm running out of space, so I might have to cut this one short. But two things, just quickly. I am keeping the price of the Narc-free formula down at $33 because I want everyone to have access to it. I was going to put it back up to its full price, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it at $33 indefinitely. I reserve the right to change that as I go because my business is kind of changing as I go. And the other thing is, if anyone wants to do the Narc-free challenge but they can't afford to do it, email me at narcfreeformula@gmail.com, right? Tell me about it and I'll see what I can do, because I created the challenge to help people. It's not going to help people if you aren't doing the work. Okay, so if you're committed to doing the work but you don't have the money, just email me and we'll work something out. And for those of you who can afford to pay me, hey, pay me, don't be trying to ask, because I spent months figuring this stuff out, and creating an online course is not as easy as you may think. But either way, darlings, I appreciate you and love you. Thank you for supporting me in the challenge and the channel as well. And I'll talk to you guys not tomorrow but the day after. Bye.